no Democratic campaign consultant would ever acknowledge or admit or apologize for their failures. It is one day after the goddamn election. There's a lot to talk about today, and we're going to get right into it. I guess one note that I will have for you is that I did a 14-hour broadcast on yesterday. For those who don't know, I mean, this is what happened. Sad, but Trump content is so excited. No, I don't. I'm not entertaining that bullshit. Like, I don't give a that hogs and hogalinas are going to have a metric ton of tremendous content. It literally does not matter. I think that the future of this country is in a dire situation. Now, make no mistake, the future of this country was in a dire situation whether Kamala Harris won or Donald Trump won. That was 100% 2016 Reddit ad take. No dumb this is the correct take. The country was regardless of whether Donald Trump was going to be president or Kamala Harris was going to be president. It's bleak, okay? It's so goddamn bleak. We had a Republican primary last night. I don't know if you recognize what just took place. We had a Republican primary last night and the Democratic Party lost it. We're going to talk about how right I was about so many of the issues that everybody was telling me I was on cope watch or I was wrong. I'm so wrong. I'm so wrong. Kamala Harris is brilliant. Kamala Harris is brilliant. There's a brilliant method to the madness. You just don't understand it. You don't have the same internal polls. And it's not just like people that were in this community that were telling me this every now and then, but there was also so many goddamn people that were in my even like personal life that was telling me this shit. Made me feel like I'm going crazy. And it was very frustrating. Friend of the show, Ested, nailed it. I am going to hopefully have our buddy Ested on. We'll see. I mean, I reached out to him. I was like, listen, I hate that we find ourselves in this moment, but Ested and I had these conversations. Ested Hernan is a New York Times reporter. He is on The Daily today, absolutely blistering the Democratic Party and talking about Donald Trump. Now, I need you to understand. I need you to understand something, okay? Friend of the show, Ested Hernan, and I had these conversations so many times. What? Your most famous VOD watcher vindicated again? If someone is publicly endorsing a political figure, that doesn't even mean they're going to vote for them. Azealia Banks reveals she decided to vote for Donald Trump despite previously stating she would vote for Kamala Harris. Lamau, I lied. I voted for Trump yesterday. That's hilarious. Here, one thing to say. In terms of personal news, all I'm going to say is this. I went to bed last night at 2 a.m. I woke up at 6 a.m. I had a conversation with my family, as I always do in the morning, okay? And then I went and I worked out, okay? I went and I worked out at the gym. Why did I do that? Because life goes on, all right? It does not matter. You just have to keep staying. You have to stay on message. You have to stay with your rigid life and work-life balance. You have to still feel human, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that Donald Trump's president. Like, again, it's gonna suck. It is what it is. You just have to still focus on your own life. You have to still focus on improving yourself, okay? First and foremost, you need to focus on yourself and ensure that you're healthy before people say, it's because you're a white man and it doesn't matter, or whatever the you want to say about that. It does matter, okay? It will be beneficial for you regardless. It will be beneficial for you to continue doing these things, continue improving yourself. You'll become a better person. You'll become a more confident person, and it will allow you to have some semblance of stability. Okay. Why is this very important? It's because I am mentally in a healthier place, in a happier place than I've ever been. And I think part of that is because I work out. It's because I work out every day. I have set goals for myself, and I have achieved certain goals that I've set for myself. And I think that is really significant in helping me maintain some semblance of control over my life. When so many things are happening in the world that are completely outside of your control, you have to focus on things that are within your control. This is one of those things, right? And it has massively beneficial, it has massive benefits for your mental health. You will feel better. It's something that I truly think will be helpful for every single one of you. So that's one aspect of it. It doesn't have to be just working out, for the record. You can learn a different language or something. You know what I mean? You can learn to become a puzzle master. I don't know. Like, in times like this, I think it's very important to remember that. It's very important to remember that, you know, there is a world outside of politics, even though politics can get ugly, even though politics will be massively consequential in your own personal development, your own personal life. Like, that's devastating, and I totally understand that. But in spite of all of that, like I said, it's good to rely on one another in times like this. It's good to rely on your community in times like this, and it's good to rely on yourself in times like this. Okay? If you want to be a puzzle master, go see the #1 puzzle fan, HasanAbi Hit. I just love puzzles. Yeah, I'm not like a big puzzle boy. I'm just saying that, like, there's a thing out there for you, and I hope you can find it, and I hope you can pursue it, and I hope that in the process of pursuing said thing, no matter what it is, you will feel a sense of control over your own life. I think that's what the major problem here is. A lot of people look to the situation at hand and recognize how helpless they are, recognize how powerless they are, and basically think, what the is going to happen? This is a dire situation. I've had so many Trump supporters reach out to me in the last 24 hours to be like, so what's up with this Trump guy? Why is everybody saying he's so aggro? Like, can you... And this is like good faith. This is not bad faith. Okay? People are just like, they literally are just like, I don't really get it. I don't know why people are feeling this way. And I think that is a massive problem with, like, the way that the Democratic Party has not communicated, the way that the media has dropped the ball. We're going to be talking a whole bit about that today. You're an idiot and directly influenced this. That's funny. You're right. Definitely. I directly did this because I played Vote por Trump, the song, too much. Yeah, I did this. I'm Kamala Harris, by the way. Guys, I did this. I'm Kamala Harris. I've been working with Kamala Harris. I'm Doug. I'm both of them. I have actually been campaigning with Kamala Harris. I'm the one who sent Richie Torres to Michigan. I'm the one who told the campaign to send Bill Clinton to Michigan to be like, Judea and Samaria is goated, and that, you know, my mistake. Okay? My mistake. Didn't think that was going to fail spectacularly. I was the one who said Liz Cheney should be a prominent fixture of the campaign. My bad. I will recognize it and I will own it. That was me. I'm the one who said, do not campaign about any of the economic issues that a shit ton of Americans are experiencing in a time when they have felt negative real wage growth. Do not do that. Do not talk about that at all, okay? No matter what. Talk about civility. Talk about institutions and talk about defending those institutions. That's what I said to the campaign. That was me. That was my bad. I was like, please, no matter what you do, there are 35 polls that show that you are picking up at least 6 points if you change trajectory. No matter what, do not do that. Do not separate yourself from Biden. I said in the last hour, do not ever separate yourself from Biden. Go on The View. I said to Kamala Harris, I said, Madam Vice President, you must go on The View and you must tell the American population that you are just like Joe Biden. I'm sorry. As a Democratic campaigner, I said all of those things and they listened. And now I'm here to say my bad. Okay? I said, send John Fetterman over to Joe Rogan. Do that. Send the one guy in the Democratic Party's caucus that literally cannot communicate due to a disability that he has. Like him, hate him, doesn't matter. It's a format that requires you to speak. That's what I said. I was like, Tim Walz, you shut the fuck up. You shut your goddamn beautiful mouth, Tim Walz. I don't want you anywhere near the Joe Rogan Experience. Bernie Sanders, go back to the back office. I don't want you anywhere near the Joe Rogan Experience. So if you guys didn't understand what I was doing there, I was responding to one chatter who said that, I am the reason why the Democratic Party lost. And I gave you some of the reasons why the Democratic Party lost, assuming the position of a Democratic analyst, a Democratic campaign consultant. Now, of course, you could probably tell that I was being humorous in this situation. There's a lot of normies in here, so I wanted to, make sure that you understand what my position is, make sure that I clarify. No Democratic campaign consultant would ever acknowledge or admit or apologize for their failures. They would never do that. So that's why it's a joke. Never in the history of the Democratic Party Has a Democratic consultant gone out there and been like, my bad? Peter Dow, last guy he did that with Hillary Clinton. That was it. Peter Dow is the last guy. Now he's like a literal radical Maoist third worldist. Okay? He's the last guy. Also, I recommended never say that they're weird again. Yeah. Let's talk about some of the failures, some of the glaringly obvious failures, because there is a lot that needs to be said. I know that immediately after this massive loss, the Democratic insiders went to the media and started talking about how it's the left that was the problem. It was the third-party voters that was the problem. The margins aren't there. If every third-party voter voted for the Democratic Party, Kamala Harris still would have lost. Do you understand me? I hate that this is yet another instance of I told you so, but the worst possible instance of I told you so. It sucks. It's hollow. It doesn't feel good. Okay?